Good afternoon, everyone. Had a little bit of difficulty connecting then. Not sure, perhaps I don't know, perhaps the internet was broken or something. I don't know. Hope everyone's all right today, and it's the 9th of February, and everything's looking good and rosy at St Andrews, isn't it? So we're going to have a little chat this morning about what happened on Saturday, about what's going to happen tomorrow, selection issues. Is Neumann going to be fit or not? We don't know. Probably find out later today. If he is, what does it mean? And we're within touching distance of 6th place. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? A little bit warm. Just take that off. I'll put that on because it's a bit colder. I've literally come in from work, made myself a coffee and knocked milk over. So I had to clear all that up before I could come on. Typical, innit? And never mind, we've got no views at the moment apparently, but we'll probably change that when I click that button. So let's have a little look. Yeah, we got people here. Come and say hello to me, guys. We got 4 in. We've got 1 comment. I can't see that. Let me have a little look. I'm just going to expand them. Yeah, it's Scott Harrison, New Butlin. How you doing, Scott? Hope you're okay, mate. Nice to have you with us. Thanks for joining us today. I've got a new microphone. People have been telling me over the last few weeks, you're breaking up a little bit, or you're squelching or something. I don't know. So I got myself a new microphone. There it is. Look, it's got a little diaphragm in front of it. So I'm hoping that the sound is a little bit better at the moment. How does it sound, Scott? Does it sound all right, mate? I hope so. Didn't cost a lot of money, but it cost me enough. Yeah, keep right on, mate. Paul James, how you doing, Paul? Everything good with you, mate? Nice to have you on. You're always on, one of the first on. But Scott beat you to it today. Hope you're good. I was just saying I got a new mic, so I'm hoping that the sound quality improves. People have been saying recently that it breaks up a little bit now and again, so I've got one of these. I don't know, like it's a trust microphone with a nice little diaphragm in front of it. Look, there it is. Might take my Brummy accent away. I don't know. Tony's on. Tony Daniels, how are you, Tony? It's just gone 1:31 on Monday afternoon. Day 1 gone already. That's brilliant. Paul saying all good, mate. Sound is much better. Oh, thank you. I'm really, really happy about that, because they're not cheap, these mics. They're not like madly expensive, but I'm glad that's good, because initially, if you remember, I used to have mic camera problems, so I bought a camera that had an integrated mic. Then people are suddenly saying, Steve, is it just me, or are you breaking up occasionally? I was like, a few people said it, so I thought, right, put your hand in your pocket, get another mic, and here it is, and I'm well pleased with it. It looks a little bit, it's called a praying mantis or something. It looks a bit, and it's got a diaphragm on it and all that business. Lee, how are you, son? Lee Harvey's here. Yeah, so hopefully you can hear me better now. Yes, Saturday, what a day. A lot of stuff went on, didn't it? When you think about it, there's a lot of incidents in that game, and we can touch on a little bit of that today, and we'll also be looking at the Albion game. I think that game, the atmosphere, I thought was absolutely fantastic on Saturday. From a view that wasn't at the ground, of course, the sound was brilliant, the keep right on was great, and we seemed up for it. The crowd did from the start as well. I must say, everything seems a lot more, what can we say, everyone seems a lot more together now. Dave Cox is saying egg on toast, cup of tea, and just tuning in. Seems everyone's in a good mood these days. I'm just saying that, the whole place seems a lot more upbeat. And of course, you couldn't have had a better start, could you, really, than the than the 3-minute Osman goal. It was absolutely brilliant, and I don't know what Pereira was doing, but that was a start of a bad afternoon for him. Osman ran him ragged, and this guy's, really Premiership quality right back, club captain at Leicester, and he just got caught fanning around with the ball, didn't he? They're trying to play it across the back the way we do, and I think number one, he wasn't in the best position to receive it, but he had a load of room, and he just took it. He took a touch. He didn't need to, and of course, you got someone as fast as Osman. He was on, Osman was on it like a car bonnet, wasn't he? And I mean, he just took it off him. Pereira just didn't know what to do, and of course the rest is history. How you doing, Steve? Daniels is here. When he took it off him, it's like Chris Davis says, the press is really good to make players play the ball faster than they want to, but it's even better if you can take the ball off them, and that's exactly what he did. But then he had a decent run, didn't he? A decent amount of time to take that ball to the keeper, and it gives him a lot of time to think about it. His first home game, all that stuff to think about. 30,000 people. He must have had a lot of stuff going on in his head, and of course we've seen Kyogo in that situation, quite a few times, haven't we, before? And I always I always worry when Kyogo's in that situation, because it gets to him a little bit, and I wasn't quite sure how he would sort of respond to it. Would he be confident? Would he take it round the keeper? Would he hit it early? And I think a lot of people were willing him to hit it before he actually did. And he picked it. He did absolutely brilliantly with it. Hit it a little bit into the ground, went over the keeper, and it was 1-0. It was absolutely brilliant. Lee saying Solis is class. His passes. He passes and wants it back every time. Very good to see a player with a lot of confidence. He's absolutely wonderful in it. Osman, Solis, Dux, Stano, absolutely immense. And don't forget Wagner as well. He had a great game. Paul James and Emily touched on that on one of her posts. Everyone is smiling. Yeah, listen, Em put some great content in. I'm really happy with that. It's hard to get moderators that add content, and she's one of those. She's just great, It's what we need, but she adds good content, not shit. She does actually understand the football, and we've had moderators that, listen, people have put stuff in the past that don't really know what they're talking about, and just talk because they hear everyone else saying the same thing, but Em isn't like that. She knows what she's talking about, a bit like Beck. Beck's exactly the same. She understands a ladies' game, and she understands a men's game, and it's all good. You're talking there, Steve Daniels, about obviously Osman, who had a great game. A lot of people are saying like man of the match, but I think Solis was more involved. He was. It would be very hard not to give Osman man of the match. I mean, he ran one of the best fullbacks in the Championship easily, and a Premier League fullback. He ran him into the ground, and at one point they had to bring. They had to bring Abdullah Fatawa, who is there like main attacking right winger, the goal scorer, back to mark Osman alongside him. Such was Osman's problem causing. But Solis was, he gives us that absolutely wonderful settled look in the middle. He's just class. And I think I put it in my blog this morning. That someone said, Pete actually said he reminded me a bit of Carlton Palmer the first time I seen him, but honestly, he's more like a young Patrick Vieira, isn't he? As we said on our podcast yesterday. Lee Harvey said, right since he came to us, Wagner was on about him first game he played for us. Yeah, I think if you talk about Wagner, we didn't actually realise, we didn't know Wagner was coming, and it's unusual for us not to get that nod. He didn't know it. He came from America, and he actually signed, and we didn't really know anything about it. Everyone else, as you know, we were in front of everyone with it. It's not a race, but it is nice sometimes that when you say stuff and people call, yeah, you don't know what you're on about. We do. and we only ever say stuff that we know is going to happen, and not one of those that we told you was going to happen didn't, and we didn't tell you anyone that was going to happen that didn't either. So that's good, isn't it? Stevie's saying we have a better squad than Bruce's Premier. Absolutely we do, Steve. I think we do. I have to look at this squad now and say that this squad is Premier League quality, challenging squad. It really is. And people are saying, I hope we don't go up now because it's too early. It's never too early to go into Premier League. It never is. Even if you come straight back down, you have that big wad of money and you can go straight back up, especially with our backers. So, but I don't expect us to come down. You look at that window. And Chris Davis made a good point about it. Everyone was saying how crap the summer window was. But it's like Chris says, you were never going to buy that whole squad to get us out of this division in the close season in the summer. He would have had to buy literally 17 or 18 players. It would have completely left the club. Number one, the finances would have been difficult. Number two, we would have had to get rid of an awful lot of players at the beginning of the squad of the season, or having 7 or 8 or 9 players just doing nothing every weekend, can't even get on the bench. And of course, you'd have a lot of players that don't know each other, that haven't had long together. The way we've done it is we've still got players from last season, and fair play, a lot of them are gone now. When you look for this team now and the team last year, he's done a wonderful job, and the players we brought in this January are going to be enough to get us in the Premier into the playoff, but into the playoffs. I'm pretty sure about that, and obviously then have an opportunity to get into the Premier League. Steve Buddy's saying we have a better squad. That yeah, I just said that. Yeah, we have, Steve. The squad is really, really good. I mean, it's just brilliant, isn't it? If you go from back to front and look at the players we've got to come back, what happens when Dimmy comes back? You just wouldn't want to be a right back in the Championship at the moment, would you? If you haven't played 2 games against Blues. The other one issue, well, two things seem to be bothering people. Number one is the centre halves. What's your opinions on the centre halves? Let's say that all of them are fit. Who are you starting to? I think I know who Chris Davis is starting to would be, and I must be honest, I think mine would be the same, but I'd like to see what you think and what your thoughts are on it. And also, the other one, of course, is John Solis now seems to be an absolute, automatic pick. Who goes along with him at the base of the defence? Bearing in mind that we have got an awful lot of ball players in front of them, so I think anyone's saying, well, Doyle, because it frees him up to be a ball player, we've got plenty of them now. So I don't know. I mean, I think Pike looks so much better with Solis by his side than he did with Doyle by his side. Solis would definitely, make Doyle's game easier, but Doyle he's not as strong as Pike, he's not as physical, and in that position I think the back four have looked so much better in the last 3 games when Solis is there, because him and Pike are now able to help the back four in the way they're supposed to. They can go in even and take the ball. We've seen Solis do it several times, not even take it off a centre half, go into the back four himself, pick the ball up and bring it out, or you get the short ball from a defender, distribute it himself, or give it to Pike if it needs someone who, that needs a slightly better passing range. And I think that is looking really, really good to me. So let's see what you all think about it. John Barker is saying he's chuffed to bits, Stano scoring. Yeah, mate, he didn't need the goal. Chris Davis said it didn't bother him whether he scored or not. I understand what he's saying, because Stansfield adds so much to the game, But you can see Stansfield was really pleased with it. Oh, I'm happy for him. He deserves that goal. And didn't he take it well? Lee Harvey says he just gets better and better every game. He does, Lee. He definitely does. Steve Daniels, 15 games to go. 8 wins and 3 draws, pretty much. Let me just say that. I'm sorry, I just lost that, I think. Pretty much guarantees playoffs. It's happening, Steve. Yes or no? Yeah, I mean, I think it is. 8 wins and 3 draws. We can get there with less than that. Not that I think we're going to have to, because the way we're playing at the moment, there's not many teams that are going to want to come up against us. I think Coventry are going backwards. We can have a really, really good finish to the season. Who knows what's going to happen, and I think it is happening, Steve. I really do. Val Collins is here to say hello. How are you, Val? I hope you're alright, darling. It's lovely to have you on, Val. Paul James, the recruitment. I'm getting lots of comments, so just bear with me, please. The recruitment team got it spot on this window. It was a very good window, wasn't it? They all look quality. Lee saying, come on. That header from Neumann disallowed was class. Yeah, I think it was a goal. I do think it was a goal. I've looked at it again and again. The referee, right, there's no VAR. Had there been VAR, it might have been disallowed because you could tell on the fractions. But without VAR, that ref cannot disallow that goal. He couldn't see, he couldn't possibly see. And Neumann's, Neumann had a good game, he did. And I felt sorry for him, really. Lee saying Gray will get back in the team as soon as he... Yeah, I think he should as well, Lee, to be honest. I mean, Dimmy Gray's a really, really good player. But you imagine, that Gray comes on for an hour. Because remember, he's getting a bit older, those hamstrings, when you got players like him and like Osman, hamstrings in players that play from power, which both of those two do, standing starts and bursts of speed. They are always prone to hamstrings. So, to save that, take Dimmy off after the hour, bring Osman on, or start Osman, bring Dimmy on. You wouldn't want to be that right back, would you? Dave Cox is saying, one of those who's been saying, I don't think we could close the gap to get into playoffs. I'm rapidly changing my mind. Well, the thing is with that, Dave, is that we are 2 points away. We beat Albion tomorrow. We're in a playoff position. So that sort of myth has gone now. It was going to be hard to get there, but look what we've just done. 17 points out of a possible 21. Who's seen that coming? I didn't see that coming. That is top 2 form, that is. So that's not even promotion form. I think only Middlesbrough probably got a better recent record than us. We're just absolutely gorgeous, aren't we? Let me have a little look. Let's see. We got an awful lot of comments today. So we've got Paul Hannon. In relation to Pete. Oh, it's Pete. Sorry, Pete. I thought you'd change your name to Paul. Our corners and set pieces have really improved. No end. Obviously, a lot of work has been put in from Jonathan Grounds, of course, yeah. Fair play. We're quick to moan about Jonathan Grounds and with some justification. So how about give him a bit of credit now? Absolutely, mate. Those dead balls now, Pake, Wagner, Doyle, you name them, mate. We have some really, really clever moves as well. And I mentioned that on the podcast yesterday, didn't I, Pete? Stu Bruddy's saying, just imagine us in the playoffs, final in 3 months' time, versus Wrexham, Coventry or Millwall. Millwall! I'd like to beat all 3 of those. Personally, I've got a little soft spot for Millwall. Coventry, I can't stand them. I'd love to batter Coventry in the final. And I think Wrexham are going to struggle to get into that top 6. But let's see what happens. Any of them, mate, it doesn't matter, because on the day, you got to play who's in front of you. And listen, we're Blues, ain't we? It don't matter, It doesn't matter, mate, we're Blues. Patrick Aslan. Pat, how you doing, son? My mate, I miss Pat. Pat, come over. Come have a weekend, son. Come and have a few drinks with you, mate. Steve Daniels, I'd love Coventry in the playoffs. Oh, Steve, I'd love it as well. And them Coventry fans all suddenly gone quiet now when they call us Tim Pot this and Tim Pot that. Oh, fucking Coventry, you know. Absolutely shite hounds, isn't they? The ground is crap. I mean, that ground is absolutely shite, isn't it? You know, it goes back on one side, and then there's like a big fucking wall or something, an advertisement. What's going on? Coventry, you're absolute jokers if you're watching. You're jokers. Get out of here, man. They probably are watching, you know what they're like. Next thing you know, they'll want to hire our ground off us. And do what I do. We might have a problem tomorrow night with Neumann looking injured and Clara about to be a dad. I don't think unless Clara, hopefully Clara's missus will have that baby before. Come on, love, give it a push. Before tomorrow night. If Phil Neumann is out, then obviously we're going to see Jonathan Panzo in, which I think is that. Listen, we've just bought a left-sided centre half for a reason, and I think it's so we've got two right-sided ones, one first choice, one second choice, two left-sided ones, one first choice, one second choice. I think Chris Davis's selection, if you had the full option of everyone without having just won a game, which you can't drop Neumann, I don't think at the moment because he's playing so well, but he does have his poor moments, but he has played really, really well. But I think at the moment his starting centre backs would be Robinson left, Clara right. I can't really argue with that. I don't know what you think. Lou Albion saying unreal, mate. We'll get the playoffs. Of course we will, Lee. What are you talking about, son? Come on. Paul saying he's put only sixth. Come on, Paul. What? They want to get second, son. Come on. Be optimistic with me. But I'm always that person that thinks the Blues are going to win. Tomorrow night with Albion, I think that's going to be a really interesting one. Yeah, but just by the way, guys, is the sound better today? Just let me know, because I would like to know that I'm wasting my money. Paul James always told me, Paul has already told me that it does sound better. I'd like to get a general, let me know. Albion, they're in all sorts of problems, aren't they? I think they're going to they're going to have a big job on their hands. Gilchrist at right back is going to be, he's got to face Osman. I mean, Jesus, I reckon he'll go sick, I do. Wallace is a good player, but he's got Wagner down that left-hand side, and he's got Solis in front of him. That just ain't work. That just ain't going to happen for them, is it? I think Albion are going to have a real issue tomorrow. Let me have a little look. Unreal, Mike. We will get playoffs. Yeah, I really hope we sign Solis on a permanent, Steve. Do you know any detail of if we have the option? I do believe we have. Yeah, I heard he has to play 11 games. 11 games, and that's it, mate. Sounds shit. Hey, Pat, don't be so cocky, you, sitting there in your bloody vest. You turn your hearing aid up. Have you got your battery in? You put your hearing aid, turn it up. Ask Flo to do it if you don't know how to do it. Hearing aid up. Cheeky sod, isn't he? Good old Pat. I love Pat. He's funny. Is he echoing? See, it's not echoing, you dummy. It's me, I'm shouting loud. Everyone's saying it's good, 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 good. Thank you, absolutely brilliant. It's only echoing because I'm saying everything twice. I'm glad the sound quality is so much better. Stop fucking vibrating, stop it, Pat. Let me just go back now. I just want to have a look now. Pat's upset me now because I'm not sure if he's being serious or not. Yeah, we should. We absolutely should beat the Albion tomorrow. Albion on a bad run, you know. And good, Pat. I'm glad you're joking. Sean's here. How you doing, Sean? Sean Bulldog, me old mate. We love Sean. one of the lads one of the ACO lads, Sean is. This Albion team are having a big problem at the moment. The fans already hate the manager. I do feel sorry for him, it's his first job. Fans aren't patient when nothing goes wrong, and they have had an absolute western, haven't they? They just haven't done anything, and it's all going wrong for them. I'd like to say I hope things get better for them, but really I don't. I ain't got no real axe to grind with the Albion, but they do get a little bit cocky from time to time. At the start of the season, they were giving it large to us, weren't they? Because I think the first 3 or 4 games they won 2 or 3, so they were like in the top 3 or 4, weren't they, Albion? And then they just went down like a stone. So I think they really are in for a bad season. They could go down, and I think tomorrow there's only one winner tomorrow. I can't see any way that Albion can win this game. I honestly can't. Lee's saying I don't want Leicester and Baggies to go down, or you do want. You made a little mistake on your typing there, son. I would love Leicester to go down personally. I really would, because I remember they come to St Andrews and took the piss. I'd love them to go down, and it wouldn't hurt the Albion to go down. Pat's saying that tribute for Deck on Saturday was brilliant. Well done. Yeah, we put a bit. Actually, Billy did the hard work. We put a tribute up for a friend of ours, Derek Stokes, who unfortunately died about 10 days ago, and he just he did it the way you're going to do it if you're going to die. He just dropped dead. Fair play, Deck, and if he was here now, he'd be going, no, it ain't the right way to do it, the best way. He's just like Pat, actually, Deck, all he was. But no, I mean, he's good as gold. Derek, proper person, and unfortunately died. And we had a really nice tribute put up for him at the game. People took photos of it and got it, and he had an awful lot of comments in our group. People that knew him, and it's horrible, isn't it? And the older you get, the more people that die, unfortunately, and it's just the way it is. It's horrible. Tina, how you doing, Tina? She's saying, love the fact the best Leicester are so cocky. Yeah, we beat Leicester are cocky. They are cocky. But you know what? When we played that game, I was still thinking to myself, they've got some real quality footballers. They really have, And we've seen that with Mevadidi. I haven't seen Pike struggle very often this season at right back, but he did. He had his hands full with Mevadidi, and a couple of times he had to have help. I did see Solis help him a few times, and that he was done for pace, and usually Iwata can use his body, just his pure body strength, but he couldn't, and a couple of times he looked a little bit lost. I remember looking at him thinking, Jesus, son, you're out of position, he just couldn't get back, and but it all worked out well in the end. When we went to the 2 centre halves, just 2 centre halves, Iwata went into the middle as a centre half, and then instead of bringing Panzo on when we lost a centre half, we bought I can't remember who, but we bought a forward on and moved Iwata back just to show our attacking intent. Someone will tell me who it was. I can't see. I can't be asked to look because the comments are going too fast. He was their best player. Yeah, I think he had a really good game. Mevadidi, and the other one that you have to look at always is Fatwa. Is absolutely class footballer. I would love to have him at Blues, but you know what? Honestly, I don't think he'd get an outside. He would struggle. Tina's saying, just in case anybody knows, you can't take food and drink in Upper Gilmerith. I went with my nephew on Saturday, queued up for half time to get him a pie. He's only 8, and they wouldn't let us to our seats. That's absolutely disgusting, that is. Honestly, it's just wrong, that is. Alright, we made the point to the Blues before that I think people with children should be able to take some food in a plastic bag, a sandwich or something. Nothing, not like a fucking turkey or something, just a sandwich. And I think it's so bad, I do, because what's it going to hurt letting an 8-year-old kid sit down with a pie in his seat? It's just fucking beyond me. I hate that blues. You need to do something about it, man. Tina saying, sorry, my spelling was awful. Don't worry about it, love. On first post, you knew what I meant, though, about beating. Yeah, of course I do. Listen, I do the same thing myself. Here's Pat saying Leicester will not go down. Well, I hope they do. Yeah, I do. They're cocky, Leicester. They only won the league a few seasons ago, didn't they? And well, it's more than a few seasons, but you know what I mean. Of course, Chris Davis was involved in that. Yeah, it's funny how things turn around in football, isn't it? Stu Donnelly saying, problem is that the Egypts could throw stuff below. Oh no, but I think sometimes, Steve, that if I was a steward, I'd look good in a little yellow jacket. You would think, say Tina comes in with an 8-year-old and the 8-year-old's got a pie. I would think so. I'd say, just take it through, Bab. Just don't let anybody see you eating it. That he ain't going to throw that pie. If you see some pissed up like Pat coming in with a pie, you go, come here, Aslan, fucking arm up his back, take his pie off him, give him a little slap, tell him to sit down and eat his pie. I'd eat his pie if I was a steward. But when it's a child, come on, guys. Absolutely horrible, that is. Yeah, he says some fans should have a go at them as well. They should be ashamed of themselves. What they'll say is, we're following the rules. It's a shame they don't follow the rules about everything, isn't it, really? Richard Ryland, I'm not going to throw a £5 pie away. Exactly, Richard. Hello? I mean, you could probably smuggle a house brick in, couldn't you, if you wanted to? Just, if you're a bird, you could just put a house brick up your dress or something, and then when you're in there, quick reach under, over the top, and get your pie, you'd have your pie down there as well, get your pie out, and watch what happened. Oh, look, I eat him. They're £5 them pies. I used to, me and Billy actually, Tom Ross used to get us tickets. I know now, I say some bad things about Tom Ross sometimes, but Tom Ross used to get us some tickets, me and Billy, to go into the main stand, and they always gave pies away then. I'm going back a few years. Now, you remember that, Pat, don't you? Everyone took the piss out of us, particularly Derek, Tom Ross's girlfriend and all that. I don't mind. Listen, if I've got to kiss him for a ticket, I'm going to do it. He's not a bad-looking bloke, Tom. So it's like at half time you get a free pie. You get 2 free pies if you want them. Balti pies are really nice. Pie on a brick, Tina. Straight up your dress. In you go, love. So get it sorted. Graham Parry, how you doing, Gray? Nice to see you, son. You made me change my team on Saturday, and I got it wrong then. I had Vicente in my team to start with, and you made me think too much, and I swapped and put Pat in. But it don't matter, does it? Because we could always see where, we could always. Pat and Vin and Vicente. Vicente, by the way, was really pissed off with himself. When he missed that, he should have scored. To be fair, he should have, and he hit, and the keeper saved it. He went for the near post. He should have gone for the far post, but it happened quickly, and the ball come back to him again. He had another go, and he had his head in his hands, like he was like, it's a good job he ain't Kyogo, isn't it? Jesus. He was nearly crying, but it would have been great for him to score on his debut. Solis come close, didn't he? He put one just over the bar. Obviously Osman scored on his debut. I think Priska as well, not yesterday, not Saturday, but the previous game had that one-on-one that he didn't score. So, you know, our players the new players really are making a difference. They're running teams ragged, and I wonder what team we're going to start with on Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to be the same. You know, will he want to play perhaps Priska and give those centre halves a little bit of a scare? I was having a look at the Albion. Probably will be the Albion team. They've got O'Leary in goal, haven't they? Phillips and Mepham in the middle. Neither of them are too brilliant. Tina's coming back and saying we're looking good, strong team now. And I've noticed all the Chris Davies haters are no longer saying that. Tina, we got a certain amount of supporters that they'll complain about anything. We haven't at the moment got a player that has been voted in to be the next one to be the scapegoat, but it's only a matter of time. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure we'll get one soon. Just hold on. They'll pick one. Usually, listen, there's this idiot. I forget his name now. He's a right idiot. He posts in Tilt the Line sometimes. Nathan something. Oh, is it Arkwright or something? Absolutely thick as shite. And he knows nothing about football. But he just puts wind-up posts in. I just don't know why they don't just ban him. Oh, he was in our group for about fucking 5 minutes. It was like, what you talking about, son? They're just, Tina, they're there, they walk amongst us, but listen, in the project, you know you ain't going to get that crap. Harry's saying it won't be easy against Baggies. I think it'll be a much easier game than the Leicester game. Some good lads playing badly. Mowat, I don't know. Mowat's all right. Major won't be playing. Who else we got? Wallace, yeah, he's all right, but you know, is he going to get anything off us down that left-hand side? Johnston, DK, wouldn't give you tuppence for DK, and the Vira on load is a threat. That said, we're on fire. You know, yeah, I mean, you can make as good a case as you want for him, Harry, and I hope I don't regret to say this, but you know, I honestly don't think, you know, they got DK and Price up front. Wallace on the right is a decent player. Malumbi, well, you know, another one that hot and cold. I just don't think they have a prayer. I honestly don't. But I don't think. Listen, no game is easy in the Championship, and it's not going to be easy. Obviously, it's not. But we're at St Andrews. Albion. Can you seriously see them coming away with anything? If we score early against Albion, they're going to fold. The crowd, their supporters there will turn against them. It could all be horrible for them. Harry Parker, sorry Harry, I've done that. Pat is saying, you got to remember who are fighting for their lives, so it's going to be a tight. Teams like that are fighting for their lives. They have to have some inspiration there. The manager has lost the dressing room. He's lost the crowd. He's going to go this week. I think if he loses, we beat them tomorrow, I think he's gone. I don't know if they've got it. You know, they play a 4-4-2. We got Solis and Pake plus our back four. I can't see it, but I hope I don't eat my words. Cliff Campbell, lol. Boom, top man, boom. I don't know who you're talking to, mate, is it me? And Pat Haslam, blow your nose. Alright, sorry. You know, I got cold. Sorry, Pat. By the way, Pat, I need the screen on my phone cleaning. When Pat was over here last time, I said, oh, Pat, he said, look at your screen on your phone, it's all dirty. So I've got, sorry, he said, give me it, I'll clean it. So I've got to show him. You gotta love him, ain't you? God bless him, I missed Pat. With sangria, drunkenness, and running around and shirtless and can't find his hearing aid. He's good as gold, isn't he? And Pat Flo's good as well, but don't let him have too much to drink. Don't tell the story, Pat. Listen, I can't stop sniffing now, you said that. Yeah, so Cliff's saying it was the chat about the Moaners. Top. Boom. Yeah, absolutely, mate. We do alright today. I think let's have a look how many comments we've got. We've got 30 comments to go. I can't believe that. We've got quite a lot of people in as well today. You know, it's good. We're doing well today. Well done, everyone. And I've got my new thing. See, if I hadn't got my new microphone, Pat, I don't know if you'd have heard the actual strength of that snotty sniff. It's sort of magnified it all, which is nice. Look at it. It's nice, isn't it? It's got a little diffuser on it. Harry Parker says, not all over my screen now, cheers. Sorry, Harry. It's probably your own, Harry. Check, have you sneezed? Just give me a little while. If you live anywhere near Pat, give Pat a shout and he'll come and for you. Tina saying, do you live in Spain? I do, Tina. I live in España. Yeah, I'm here, darling, in Spain. Today, the temperature at the moment is 17 degrees. It's been lovely, like early spring day today. So we're on our way towards the summer. I don't know what the weather's like over there. It was absolutely awful on Saturday. Obviously, I wasn't there, but I seen a close up when Stansfield scored and he ran over to celebrate with the supporters. The rain was absolutely hammering down when it was absolutely soaked. But I have to say, and I've been critical of him a few times, Ducks is starting to like hit the ground now, isn't he? He hasn't been brilliant. He was a little bit anonymous again on Saturday for large spells, but he can be as anonymous as he likes if he makes that ball. That through ball was quality. It was absolutely lovely, you know. He found the channel. He was on the same wavelength as Stansfield. Stansfield knew where he wanted it. Ducks could see him and he could see the gap. It was perfectly weighted, and the finish from Stansfield, you know, the ball was perfect. Stansfield literally could run onto it and hit it right foot, straight across Begovic, who he had a sort of funny game, Begovic, didn't he? He played quite well, but also he made some ricks. And Leicester ain't that good at playing out from the back, you know. They're not. And of course, what a great finish. And we was also happy to see Stano score that goal. He deserves that. I mean, you get people coming on and going, you know, not as I always say, like, you know, not in our group. It very rarely happens in our group. But, you know, people come on and they go, why don't Stansfield get dropped? I don't know, like, watch a game and then ask yourself that question. Don't ask us. Tina is jealous. Listen, it ain't all it's made up to be. It does get cold in Spain, and you know, it's not. I would never. I don't want to sound horrible when I say this. I would never want to live in England again because I look what's happening over there on the news and stuff, and I just think, Jesus, it'd be nice to be able to come over. Of course, I can't really. Who knows what might happen if I do? Nah, but look, England is England, and it's just what it is. Tina stage, Stansfield absolutely over the moon. Well, he was really. He's lovely, isn't he, Jay? He's a cheeky little. He's got his little bit of that as well, and he sometimes gets him into a bit of trouble. But I like how he's got that in him, you know. Paul said you keep cutting out for him. Paul, did he? I didn't see that. Where did he say that? Oh, come on, Lee, don't say that. I can't be cutting out, mate, not with a brand new bloody mic. I did just knock it there, so it could be that. I don't know. I think everyone else is alright with it. You're on the run, Steve. I'm on the run. I'm on the run, but I won't particularly want to, you know, show my passport. Nah. Lee, I'm cutting out for him. It's him, it's Lee, it's Paul's fault, mate. Paul, you've got an issue with your hearing, son. The mic is perfect. Is the mic alright? Come on, tell me. You can be brutally honest with me. If it's not, I'll just I've got to keep using it now. I bought the bloody thing, you know. It might get better. It's his first game today. He's nervous. Yeah, it's only him. There's something wrong with his ear-rolls, mate. He needs to like get himself tuned in a bit. I could move the mic further away. That might make it a little bit better. See, this diffuser thing is supposed to break up the sound like that and put it across the mic. So hopefully, anyway, who cares? I do, but only a bit. Steno feels our pain. He does, mate, yeah, and he is, and his family is as well now. Pat, will you stop it going on about my microphone? You're going to upset me. Honestly now, come on, Pat, stop it. You know when you've gone too far. Have you been on the Sangria? Steno feels, but you know something. I'll tell you something now, and I know this. I know his nan gig. She's absolutely lovely, you know, and the whole family of blues fans now, and rightfully so. But you know, Chris Davis and his family, they're exactly the same. They're all blues fans. They travel from all over the country to see it, you know, and it really is. Richard Rowland, Mike is fine, Andy Wood. As we go through life, it's a long, long road. There'll be joys and sorrows too. I can read it off my arm, actually. As we journey on, we will sing this song for the boys in royal blue. I'm going to stop there. Alright, and I'll move it a bit further. It's probably a bit close to me, Gob, because I'm a bit snotty. It's probably it's called the snot effect. It's a lot of like top professionals know about it. If you're a little bit chesty, and it's like snotification of the microphone. So I think it'll be all right now. Desnotified it. I've tested it, Andy. What did you think of that song? I haven't got a great voice, I know that, but I'm not bad. There's worse, isn't there, mate? Thanks, Andy. I'm going to get some shite about that later, I've no doubt. We got 85 comments gone, so we've probably got about 15 or 20 left. We're doing well. We've only had 42 minutes. It's flown by. It seems so long in a way. Saturday, who we playing on Saturday? Oh, the ladies yesterday, man. I was gutted, I was. That last minute goal. I was saying Ducks will always be anonymous at times. Watch Dunker Ducks on YouTube. That's his game. He calls it economy of movement. Trust me, the other players love him. Yeah, it's not whether the other players love him or not, mate. It's whether or not he's effective in the team. At the moment he is. He's scored a few goals now. He's making nice passes. But I just think the contribution elsewhere sometimes, and it's all right saying you only need him to make those few passes and that, but you don't really. You need, you know, he's not a part of the press, is he? And if you had another person pressing, it would make a difference. But you know what? You can't have everything, can you? Do you think I could, Tina? Do you think I could get out if I could get back in the country? Do you think they'd let me on Britain's Got Talent? I could do it from Winston Green. Nah, I couldn't. Lee Harvey, the dog, was at the game on Saturday. Brilliant. Good luck, charm. That dog, he's doing me head in a bit, to be honest. He was alright the first couple of times. He's getting a bit cocky now, isn't he, that dog? He's got a blue nose. I reckon that geezer takes the dog to people buying drinks or something because he's got the dog. I mean, I don't understand. Listen, I do understand why he takes the dog. Apparently the dog is like, he needs a dog with him at the game, so I'm being a bit frivolous there, and I'm only joking. He's a nice little dog. He's a dachshund, isn't he, I think. I love dogs, you know, myself. I had Reg. Horrible. Tina, but not horrible, I haven't got Reg anymore. Gutted for the lady, scored in. I know, and the thing was, and I don't want to have a go at her because I think she's a great keeper, but Franchi there, she just got caught on that post, didn't she? You know, she ain't the tallest, and that I just knew something was going to happen. But for it to go in the way it went in, I mean, it wasn't intended. She just hit it, you know. It was just really bad luck, and but we're still going to be there, you know. We're going to go up automatically, I think. The Irish side was up for it, Mike wearing a Stone. I've seen his Stone Island jacket. He got his Stoney on, and do a quick internet search. Were you part of the Brinks Mat? It's more like the ACO mat was one of them. No, you'll be getting me there, mate. Cliff Campbell, I've been in Spain for 30 years. If someone shouts, shout taller, we all do one boo. Cliff, where do you live, mate? You've been here 30 years. I've been here 11. It's a long time. But 30 years is a long time, bloody hell. You weren't far off being here when Franco was here, son. I can't read what you said there, Cliff. I think you misspelled something or whatever. Yeah. So, and of course we got that wonderful Spanish Vicente, haven't we? And I absolutely, do you know the way he killed that ball when it dropped out of the sky? Just absolutely killed it, you know. And loving man, you know, what a lovely player he is, isn't he? Chumariana, Malaga, down south, isn't he? You're down south, son. I'm in Costa Blanca, not far from Alicante, like 40 kilometres south of Alicante. Best weather in Spain. But yeah, 6 points for us in the next 2 games, perhaps. Let me just have a quick. I'm trying to move the watch it round there and on. Let me just have a quick look at our matches now. I do this all the time. I can't help it now because you get like you get hooked out. You when you think you're going to go up, you've got to be looking at it every 5 seconds and looking at the table. So matches coming up. So we've won 3 of the last 4, haven't we? That's like 9 points out of 12. We're home to West Brom. Then we got Leeds on Sunday, of course. What a massive game that is. How do we fancy our chances for that? I think we're going to see probably Prisca start and a few others. The Spanish contingent there was impressive. Yeah, definitely it was Mike. Vicente has a brilliant first touch. He can kill the ball on. Dimmy can do it exactly the same, can't he? And Pat Roberts. We've got some very talented footballers. At home to Leeds, it's sort of a free hit, but I would really like us to win that game to keep everything going, and of course to get into the 4th round. It would be absolutely brilliant. I think if we win by 2 goals or more tomorrow, we go into the playoffs. Well, we get into the top 6 definitely. Yeah, I think we go in anyway by a point on Sky tomorrow. Like Sunday, happy days, mate. Did you say on Sky tomorrow, TNT on Sunday? Yeah. Both, we're getting noticed, aren't we, all over the country? I think people are looking up now and thinking, bloody hell, Birmingham are coming. We're away to Norwich on the 21st. Norwich have had a little upturn in their form, but they're still in the bottom quarter of the table. And I think we can beat them, definitely. Millwall away is a hard game. We did destroy them at St Andrews, but they weren't at their best. We can accept a much harder game there, and it's a night game as well, so night games at Millwall ain't great, are they? Do you remember the playoff second leg? Oh, Jesus. And then of course, so after that Norwich game then, we have got 2 hard games, away to Millwall, home to Borough, and then away to Charlton, so they don't get any easier. On Wednesday, the 11th of March, we play QPR. I'm going to try and get Mark Halsey on before that, so we'll have a little chat with Mark. I did message him on Saturday because I watched their game, Charlton and QPR. Well, he summed it up. He said we're shite. They ain't the best, and Charlton didn't look great. Dykes had quite a good game, but you know, QPR got Amari Bell playing as well, I believe. We're on 99, guys, so if it stops in a minute, I'll wind it up. I'll have a little chat for a bit longer. Lee Harvey, is it July yet? Or you up with me penguin top? Yeah, I don't, honestly, gospel truth now, and like, I don't get the whole penguin thing, I really don't. I'm not a big, like, wearer of blue shirts unless we're doing podcasts and that. I just don't get the penguin thing. What's the desperation with it? They're nice, but you know, the players are wearing them on Sunday. You'll see them. I don't know what the big deal about owning them is, but I know everyone's different, and I don't know. They are, you know, very, very popular. But it's quite funny how people were sort of, you know. They had to have one or it was the end of the world. Like, you know, 3 days earlier they'd never even heard of it, you know, because the Blues hadn't announced it. So it's like, I do think it's a little bit odd sometimes. And the club have got their eye on earning a few bob, haven't they, all the time, and they don't always get things right. I don't think the distribution of that was right. I know season ticket holders pay money up front and all that, you know, but let's face it, they're guaranteed a seat, you know, which is what you pay that for. You get a discount. You also get a lot of like little bits and pieces that, you know, you get first here and first there, and it's almost like it's a second tier system with the supporters. You know, if you can't afford a season ticket, you ain't you know, you're not a proper supporter, and that of course is wrong. It's just a shame that I didn't, like, I don't know, print 40,000 of them or make 40,000 of them and just sell them all. You know, I'm sure no one's going to be too worried if it's limited edition or not. I just don't think, you know, it is. I don't think it's a big problem, but I might be wrong. I don't think we've been turned off yet. I'm not sure. You can try and send me a message if you like, and I'll let you know if we get it. Well, you can tell at the bottom of your screen it will say comments turned off if they're off. Yeah, it's been turned off automatically. So it's the end of another one of our little. I was going to say, like, you know, you can let me know if it's been turned off. You can't, can you? But yeah, it's telling me now. Commenting for this post was turned off automatically by Facebook. I think they think, you know, when you have 100 in 40, well, in an hour more or less, then you're done. It's fair enough. But I'd like to thank everyone today for joining me. We've had a bit of a laugh. We've had our serious bits, our laughy bits, and it's always great, like, to have a little bit of a crack as well with fellow Blues fans. I love all of you, everyone that comes in the project. So, you know, we're such an important vehicle for our supporters, and people don't understand why we keep increasing our membership, and it's because you can speak in our group. And I know people go, oh, you know, Steve's a dictator, you can't say what you want. You're right, you can't say what you want, and you haven't got freedom of speech in our group. Freedom of speech has to be earned, and you can't come into our group and call Chris Davies up, or you know, this person is shit, that person's shit. Go into another group and do that, because it ain't for us, right? If you don't like it, you don't even have to say, just because if that's how you feel, then fair enough. There's loads of other groups. They don't increase their numbers by like 1,000 a month like we do. They just sit still, if that. I did notice as well, by the way, that Keshy Anderson, 3 games into his Portsmouth career, and his hamstring's gone and he's out long term. So, you know, we know Keshy's prone to a few injuries here and there, and it's happened again. So anyway, we'll be. I won't be on tomorrow, I don't think. What we'll do is we'll do a Wednesday afternoon. preview of the Baggies game. I'm going to put this on to YouTube a little bit later so people can have a look at it tonight. I just want to thank you all again, once again, for joining me, and absolutely great one today. I've loved it, and then have a fabulous day, guys. If you go to the Albion tomorrow, have a nice one. Stay safe, behave yourselves, behave in Handsworth. It's not even in West Brom the ground, is it? It's in Handsworth. We all know that. They should be called Handsworth Albion. Like them a bit better then. Alright. Oh, I get the wrong arm every time. There it is, look, the old keep right on. There's the old badge, the old one. And I have honestly got the words to keep right on in little bits and pieces around this arm and on there, look. As we journey on, we'll sing this song for the boys in Royal Blue. We're off from Partisan, we will journey on. We will. And I'll see you soon because the Blues are going up.